No problem. Am I good to go, Odd?
Yeah, so welcome everybody to our team call for Tuesday, March 7th. A few things. Congratulations to all of the Success Club qualifiers for February. You guys rock. We're going painting on Saturday for all of those of you here in New York. And for those of you that hit Success Club in March, we're going bowling in April. So let's gear up for that. And two important things. This Thursday night is our Coach Opportunity Sneak Peek event. I posted the link on our team page. Invite primarily your challengers. Remember, guys, the vital process. Get your challengers in on coaching, and then invite the people that you're talking to. Also, Super Saturday, right around the corner. If you have not bought your tickets to Super Saturday, get on it. It's going to be the most incredible event ever. We have El Jefe coming, and you don't want to miss it. And with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Jeff. Jeff is actually my mentor at Beachbody. He works with 5 stars and above in the Northeast region. And it's incredible that we work for a company. Well, we don't work for Beachbody, but we get to work with a company that pushes us and really holds us accountable to the things that we say that we want. So on that note, Jeff, take it away.
Wow, look at that intro. We need to put you to work at Summit, Audrey, like introducing the speakers. I think you got a second career going here. So thanks for letting me be on the call, guys. First of all, I apologize for being late. I actually was doing another team call, and then they grilled me with about 40 questions on it. I'm like, guys, I gotta go. So my apologies, but thank you for waiting. Thank you for sacrificing time tonight to be on the call. It's fun to see some of you with your kiddos snuggled up. Mine are currently being wrangled by my fantastically gorgeous and wonderful wife, and so she's handling them right now. But I appreciate you guys being here and taking time from family, hobbies. The Bachelor, I think, is on tonight, so I mean that's a big sacrifice. So, but sincerely, thank you. I know it's an investment in your business, and I hope something I share in my little message tonight either strikes a chord or reminds you part of why you do this and why you're a coach. And, if not, message me after and we can talk some more. So, but I'm excited to come on and just share a few thoughts with you guys. I know we got a lot from the great Empire State, but not everybody. We have some others from around the country. So good to see you. I see we got a Giants fan down there. Maria, that's right. All right, baseball season's fast approaching. But it's good to see some coaches that I know and some new faces. Darlene, good to see you. I've heard a lot of good things about several of you. Jake, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while. And just excited to be on the call, guys. And, what I love about what we do at Beachbody, I say we because we at corporate, we feel that we're in the trenches with you. You guys, what you do is so rewarding and so just, it's fun and it's exciting, but it's hard. And it is, it's a sacrifice and it's not always easy. But it's really our privilege to get to work for you and be in the trenches with you as you're impacting people and helping them change their lives with their health, finances, positivity, self-confidence, whatever it may be. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of that. Before I share my little 2 cents here, and if there's ever any questions or comments, feel free to throw them in the chat or unmute and just say, dude, I got a question. I'll probably just respond through voice because I can't type because I broke my finger. So I have to woodpecker type it. So I'll probably just try to answer it like that. But I want to let you guys know that you're in the right place. And some of you that were at our elite training back in New York, when was that? In February? Gee, that was a while ago. I talked about this a little bit, but I want to reiterate it. Guys, we're in a good spot. We're heading into the 3rd month of the year. Okay, we're growing. We're seeing some good movement in terms of new coaches, in terms of rank advancements, in terms of things coming down the pipe that are really going to aid and stimulate your businesses. I'm not just talking about promotions or, product launches, which are good, but some sustainable long-term residual income impacting strategies that will help you and your teams. Okay. We've talked about expansion. We've got some great events coming up. There's going to be some launches in particular that aren't just launches, but have long-term effects. And there's some exciting things coming. So I hope you're excited, that you feel like we're in a good spot, that we're moving forward, and there's some exciting things coming. But I feel like we're in the right spot as well just because of what we do. And it's not easy. It's hard. It's not always the sexiest thing that we have to help people be accountable to their health and work out and be a part of a challenge group and get healthy meal plan and all that stuff. It's not easy. It's not always sexy, but man, it's rewarding. And that's why this works. And this is why you're in the right place with Beachbody, guys, because success comes to those people that put in the hustle and the work. And Beachbody is just an avenue and a platform that you can do that through. And it's because of what you guys offer through your personality, through your confidence and your ability to connect with others that makes people go and click and see success. So you're in the right place for that reason. You're in the right place because we're moving forward. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to keep growing. And it's just an exciting time to be with Beachbody. But we're already, a fourth of the way into the new year. Crazy. March 8th tomorrow. Okay? Pretty soon it's going to be Christmas before we know it. Here's my point with that. Some of us started the year off strong with our goals. Okay? We're crushing it. We're moving forward. We're seeing success. There's been some failures, but we're overcoming it and going. And some of us are struggling, right? There's a lot of noise. There's talk of, man, my volume's down, or man, my coaches are quitting on me. I can't find challengers. I feel like my market's tapped out. I don't know anybody else that I can talk to, right? Anybody have any of those thoughts lately? I raise my hand because I hear it from both top leaders in the region and new coaches every day. I know this won't fix it per se, but it's normal. Okay? And you're like, oh crap, if this is normal, I want to do something less stressful. It's normal. I've been in this industry about 11 years, guys, and I see it happen with companies all the time. There's ebbs and flows of the business, and where you're entrepreneurs, there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be times of struggle and of slowing, but those are the times where you really got to dig in your heels and keep pushing and keep going. And some of the things I want to share tonight are just some ideas and ways that we can do that. We're going to talk about taking action. We're going to talk about skiing. If anybody here likes skiing, I know that New York City doesn't really have any ski runs, but when it storms down there, it's basically like an ice skating rink, right? But we're going to talk a little bit about that and some action steps that we can take to create belief and drive momentum and just keep digging in our heels and going. And I'm going to share my screen real quick with y'all. And I just said y'all. That really shows that I'm from Utah. So let me share this with you. And my computer likes to go really slow tonight, so while it's pulling it up, I want to share this word. My opinion, what it takes to get momentum is action. Guys, we can set goals. We can talk about our whys. We can say, man, I want to do this. I want to accomplish this. I want to help as many people as possible. I want to change people's lives, which is good. And we're going to talk about the importance of goal setting and plan here in a second. But it comes down to action. If you're struggling or if you're doubting yourself as a coach or a leader, take action. You're probably going to fail at times, but I'm telling you, in those moments of success and positivity and the moments of wins, that belief that you can do this grows and it becomes an unstoppable force as you continue to continually, consistently do it over time. Okay? But how do we take action? That's what I want to talk about real quick. Last week, my wife and I, Nicole, we love the outdoors, and we went to something called the Banff Mountain Film Festival. Okay, we're not artsy or anything. I wish we were. We're not that sophisticated, but it's kind of like the Sundance Film Festival, but for outdoor sports like skiing, paragliding, rock climbing, all this stuff. Okay, and we went to this film festival, and there was a movie that was shown called La Liste. If anybody speaks French, it's French for the list. Okay, and it talked about this skier from France. His name's Jeremy. And he had a goal and a vision in mind based on a story that he had heard about a skier from the past in the 70s. Not a skier that sought out to ski the toughest, steepest, hardest mountain peaks in the Swiss and French Alps. And this whole movie that we watched, La Liste, talked about this modern-day skier, Jeremy, okay, and his goal to pick the 15 most difficult peaks and to kind of repeat what was done, but to take it to the next level. And guys, some of these mountain peaks, they were at an angle or an incline of like 55 degrees. And if you remember like third grade geometry, that's like that. Okay. Normally people don't ski down this. And it was really cool as we watched this film to see the process he went through, the goal that he created, the vision he had in mind, and the plan that he laid out, and execution of that plan, and sticking to his guns and seeing through this plan and the actual skiing of these runs to the finish. Now, I'm going to show you some clips from that on this call. And as we go through this little story, I want you to compare yourselves to this skier, compare yourselves to this process, and where are you at as a coach? Where are you as an entrepreneur, as an advocate of change? Okay? We need to get to the point where we become an advocate. Some of you, when we met in that lobby at that hotel in Manhattan on some one-on-ones and team meetings, we talked about becoming an advocate. Guys, we can't just be coaches anymore. We've got to become an advocate, someone that is so firmly entrenched and anchored, not just in this business, but in the mission of what we do, and that's impact people's lives and help them lead healthy and fulfilling lives. We've got to be so entrenched in that we can't be wavered, we can't be faltered, and we keep going despite the doubt and negativity that gets thrown our way, okay? And the way we do that is through this little analogy I'm going to share with this whole skiing and la liste. And I think someone just threw something in the chat. Preach. Thanks, Audrey. Appreciate that. Amen, sister. We'll throw that out. So you can see this fun picture. Gives me the willies thinking about it because I'm not that good of a skier, okay? But this is what I'm talking about. When you ski, there's something that's called a line. And I'm going to refer back to the movie here in a second. I'm going to put the movie over here for a second. But in skiing, guys, you want to choose your line. Your line is basically the path that you're going to take from the top of the mountain to the bottom to get there. 1, having fun. 2, safely. Okay? And 3, experiencing the joy and thrill of skiing. Amazing powder, amazing recreation, right? You've got to find the right line. Some people will take a line that's dangerous. They will go over rocks and they'll jump over them. Some people will take the easier route. That's generally what I do. There's different lines that we can choose. Where are you? Put yourself in this guy's shoes as an entrepreneur. Have you chosen your line? Okay, have you started down the hill yet? Where are you at? And it really comes down to 4 things. As you're attempting to start skiing, as you're trying to ski or run, there's 4 things that you really got to consider. And I think it applies to entrepreneurs and coaches. There's 4 things that you got to remember when you're trying to be successful as a coach or entrepreneur. No, it didn't advance, so I got to click there. It's an acronym. It'll help you remember. CHEF. The first step, you've got to choose your line. When you're on top of the peak, like I just showed you, you're looking at the line. You're trying to figure out, what is my goal? What's my plan? What do I want to achieve? Where am I going? Right? As an entrepreneur, as a coach, you've got to choose what you want to get out of this. Do you want to make an extra $100 a week? Do you want to be an elite coach? Do you want to retire from your full-time job? Do you want to help 10 people in a challenge group a month and that's it because it makes you feel really good and positive and upbeat in life? Whatever that line is, it's good, it's noble. Now you go and freaking own that thing. Okay? You don't have to be Lindsay Maui. You don't have to be Miguel Carrasco. You don't have to be Jamie Fitzpatrick. Be you, and you can achieve some pretty substantial killer things. Choose your line. Step 1. Okay? The second step is this, and we're going to go back to the movie here in a second. That's why I had to tee it up a little bit. You need to hatch your line or plan your line. When you're on that mountain peak overlooking the run and seeing the bottom of the hill, you got to kind of plan things. Now, you're not just going to stand on top of the mountain planning all day. 1, you're going to be frozen. 2, you're going to hate skiing because you're standing in the cold all day. But you got to plan things out. Okay, if I want to get down there and I want to hit that fresh powder, I don't want to hit that rock, what's my plan? How am I going to get from point A to point B and get the most fulfilling experience out of it? As a coach, I want to go for 2-star. I want to get to NLC next year, our new leader conference, okay? 2 stars, my end goal at the bottom of the run. I'm up here. What line am I going to take and what's my plan? I know I got to be a 2-star, so okay, I'm going to try to be a 2-star by the end of the year. Okay, I'm going to try to be a diamond by May or June or whatever it is, and I'm going to do that by doing this and this and this, right? See what I'm doing here? You're just laying out your plan of how to get from point A to point B. Hatch your line, make your plan. And in this movie, okay, now I'm going to go back to this. In this movie, this all kind of came to me and kind of struck me as we were watching this, but the skier kind of went through this process of choosing his line and getting a plan or hatching the line, right? And I'm going to show you a quick clip. It's like 2.5 minutes long, but it shows the process that this skier, Jeremy, went through as he was outlining La Liste, or the list of the 15 biggest, baddest, steepest peaks in the French Alps to ski. And this part is kind of cool because it shows the process that led him to get there. Then we're going to watch another one that actually shows the next step, which you guys will all get excited about because it's really, really rad. So let me show this video real quick. Just got to pull it up. And usually I have 3 screens at work, so I'm operating off of one, so I have to bounce back and forth a little bit. So thanks for being patient with me, guys. Okay. Sharing my screen. I can do hard things, right, Audrey? And technology is not my forte. All right, so I can see Audrey right now. Can you guys see this? Okay, I'm going to play it, and if you can hear the sound, just give me another thumbs up, all right?
Ce qu'on a eu sur ce projet, c'était
It's in French, so you want to read the
de sauter dans un
subtitles.
tout petit avion, un Robin. Ça nous permettait en 1h30 de survoler les 15 faces que je voulais skier et d'avoir une situation générale des conditions dans les Alpes. Là, on savait déjà que la période propice au ski de pentraide, c'était au mois de juin. Et il faut quand même les surveiller tout l'hiver, mais au mois de juin, c'est vraiment là où la neige colle sur ces murs de glace. Pour l'instant, c'est les escaliers de la Migros. Un des critères les plus importants du repérage, c'est clairement de monter dedans, de grimper par là où on va descendre. Par exemple, pour une face comme l'Obergabelhorn, je suis monté où je pensais que j'allais descendre pour vraiment repérer la qualité de la neige, la déclinivité, la raideur de la pente. C'est la chose qui m'a le plus aidé dans ce projet. Depuis 10 heures hier soir, on n'a pas super bien dormi. Là, il y a vraiment plus que 70 km/h de, je pense que c'est du fun. On a checké un peu si ça allait baisser dans la journée. On a vraiment regardé chaque jour après ces précipitations de neige, voir si on pouvait faire quelque chose, on pouvait bouger. On est constamment en train de regarder un plan et ça ne marche pas. À mon avis, it's a no-go, comme ils disent. On a des moyens assez précis sur Internet pour voir si le vent a été fort, dans quelle direction il a été, si les précipitations elles ont duré longtemps, ou si il a neigé aussi avec du vent. Donc il y a tous ces critères-là qu'il faut prendre en compte. Et ensuite, il faut se rendre sur place, il faut essayer. Et puis, ça a beaucoup été ça, ce projet. C'est essayer et puis dans le risque de rentrer sans rien. Et sans essayer, on ne peut pas s'entendre. Alors, le pourcentage de ski, il est vraiment petit dans ce genre de projet. On consacre vraiment beaucoup de temps au repérage, au timing, aux conditions. Il faut vraiment être sur la bonne montagne au bon moment, avec les bonnes conditions. Et c'est ça qui fait qu'on arrive à skier ces montagnes comme on a pu les skier dans ce projet. Donc, finalement, le ski, c'est 10% du job.
All right. So you guys are like, well, shoot, does he ski that or what happens? Like, I want to know. We'll get to it. I love that it's in subtitles because like forces me to read and helps me retain a lot of what you shared. But you saw the amount of planning that went into this. And guys, this is like a 45-minute documentary. And the majority of it is going through the preparation, the studying, the goal setting, the planning, right? Choosing the line and hatching that line. And as a coach, as an entrepreneur, you've got to do that. I'm not saying spend your entire day trying to plan, okay, how am I going to make this post and how am I going to make it sound perfect so I get like 300 challengers with one post? Because one, it's not going to happen. But you've got to plan, because if not, you're just going to be doing stuff and spinning your tires, and that's going to burn you out, and we don't want that, right? But there does come a point, and I'm going to pull the PowerPoint back up, that we have to get to the third step in chef, okay, or with this whole skiing a line concept. We talked about choosing your line and hatching your line or getting a plan. Well, that third step, and I'm trying to pull it up right now for you guys, it's all about execution, okay? And that taking that action that we talked about. You've got to, at some point after you choose your line, you set your goal, you have your why, and you get a plan in place, you hatch that line, there comes a point when you have to execute, okay? You've got to actually get the guts to start down the mountain, face your fears, not be afraid to fall. I'd be afraid to fall skiing the stuff he is, but get my point. Not be afraid to fail and just go and execute and do it again and again. A cool part about this movie, guys, he skied 15 peaks. Like, I'm sure there were times when it wasn't a smooth run, when his line didn't work out. He may have crashed. He may have fallen. He may not have been able to ski a run because of weather conditions. What I love that he shared too, you notice he said, it's funny, the majority of this project or this challenge I had, the list of runs to check off, 10% of that was actually executing and skiing, okay? But it's an important part. There comes a point where you got to execute on your line. And the fourth is this, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit after I show you this next video. It's called focus on your line, okay? So let me jump back to the other piece of this video. He's chosen his line. He knows what he wants to do. He's got a plan in place of how to do it. The conditions are right. He literally climbed up to test the snow to make sure it wasn't going to be an avalanche and all that good stuff. This next piece is just about a minute long, but it shows the execution. And I think you can see some of the preparation, the planning come into play. And he does some pretty remarkable stuff, guys. He does things that he probably never thought was possible. And I've never seen anyone that skis or snowboards been able to do. Okay? So I want to show that to you, and I want you to put yourself in his position. What are some things that you want to accomplish? What are some new heights that you want to push towards? Because I'm telling you it's possible if you execute and you execute some more. Okay? So let me share this real quick. Seamless transition, right, Audrey? All right. Okay, can you see this? Bam, and then give me another thumbs up once the sound starts going. Thank you.
Mais je crois que c'est dans tous les sports, l'évolution a été faite dans les sports vers la vitesse. Et l'on retrouve ça ici aussi. On retrouve des grandes courbes, vive allure, ce qui est formidable. Mais je ne pense pas qu'on peut adapter cela sur des pentes au-delà de 50 degrés où la chute est. Je ne l'ai encore jamais vu jusqu'à aujourd'hui. Je suis mal renseigné.
Jeff, the screen looks frozen.
Is it frozen?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're missing the peak. Thanks for saying that. Is it still frozen? Is it showing it now, Audrey?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Frozen again. There it goes.
Sorry about that, guys. This next part's pretty special. First of all, that scares the willies out of me, not going to lie. Second of all, who wants to come to Utah and ski? Anyone? No? No takers? I love it. And I apologize that it was frozen. I'll send the links too. I'll send them to you, Audrey, if people wanted to see. I don't know why it was freezing, probably my internet connection. But pretty incredible execution, right? And he accomplishes things that I've never seen before, that he's never done before. I mean, it doesn't even look real. And I compare it to you guys. And I know it's a completely different realm. Skiing and being an entrepreneur and coaching, it's different. But the concept is the same. Choose your line, hatch and plan that line, and then go and execute. Don't be afraid to fail. Okay. Sometimes you just got to say, I'm all in, and go down the run and try it. Okay. And what was cool is you saw him hiking up these peaks, and that probably took a lot of time. And in fact, it probably took most of the day for a quick run down the mountain. Sometimes we have to climb, and we have to struggle, and we have to keep going and climbing. But pretty soon you're going to get to experience a lot of the joys and the excitement, the recognition, and the rewards of building this thing. Okay. So let me jump back, and then I'm almost done with this whole analogy. You can be done hearing my monotone voice. I talked about that last part of the whole chef concept. Okay. Choosing your line, hatching your line, execute, and then focusing on your line, right? In skiing, guys, it's really important when you're choosing your line, when you're at the top of the run, to make sure that you stay focused on your line. Oftentimes they say when you're skiing or snowboarding, if you focus on an obstacle, if you focus on that rock that's poking out of the snow, or that tree ahead, or the scenery, you're most likely going to hit it because you are so worried and focused about hitting it. Stay focused on your line. Stay focused on what you're trying to do. You may have someone else that has a great line and they're seeing a ton of success. You're like, man, I should maybe do that. I should get off course of what I'm trying to do. Maybe I need to change them. Maybe I need to just back out and bail. Stick with your line. Don't get distracted, because if you focus on the obstacle, you're going to drive towards that obstacle. And it's going to hurt when you crash. Trust me. Just kidding. I didn't break it skiing. So here's a couple action items coming out of that. What does this all mean? How do we take action now? As I've been talking with coaches lately, I think it comes down to a couple of things. It's not that. I wasn't going to have that slide. But it's through consistently practicing the hard things. And that's different for all of us on this call. Okay? It's going to be different for me. It's going to be different for you. It's going to be different for your coaches, for your challengers. What are the hard things? There's a common thread with leaders and coaches as I work with them. And I want to challenge you guys to really focus on executing on these, and it will build belief. It'll help you see things through it and overcome the difficulties of building this business. Number one, get a plan and goals and logistics in place. Choose your line and hatch your line. Guys, this is the unsexy, not so fun, and really kind of difficult part of being an entrepreneur, is taking the time to have a plan and a strategy and have goals. Because guess what? If you set a goal, that means you got to push for it, and you could fail, and that's not fun. You see, I have there a little Missy Elliott reference. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. You're going to remember this just because of this. So you remember the song, Is It Worth It? Let me work it, put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Okay, now we're all dancing on the call. Are goals worth it? Better work it. Put those goals down, flip them, and reverse them, right? Is it worth it? Better work it. Put those goals down, flip it, and reverse it. As you set a goal, if you want to be an elite coach, great. You don't have to be elite tonight. You don't have to be elite next week. It's at the end of the year. So set that goal for elite and then reverse engineer. What do I need to do by April, by May, by July, whatever? What do I need to do this week to be building momentum towards that? Is it worth it? Better work it. Put that goal down, flip it, and reverse it. You're going to remember it now. People always say you're an idiot for doing that, but I'm telling you, people always remember the stupid song now. You're welcome. But we got to consistently do that, guys. Get a plan, set a goal. When you hit the goal, great. Celebrate, set a new one. Number two, this one is hard and it sucks. Okay. And Darlene and crew, when we met in the that Hilton lobby, we talked a little bit about conversations and, putting ourselves out there and becoming an advocate. Guys, it's hard to talk to people. Whether it's through social media, whether it's in person, it's just hard. But if you can make that hard thing become easy and a habit, man, you create a lot of gateways to your business, a lot of opportunities that weren't there before. So here's my challenge. I see a lot of you are writing notes. Maybe you're typing them on your phone or your computer. I want you to write down a number. And that number is how many conversations. I'm not talking about coaching conversations. That can be included if you want, but just conversations that you had today, whether it's through social media, in face-to-face, that you had with someone else today. How many did you have today? If you're like, well, I got to get the calculator out and divide by 4, do that. And then when you have that written down, hold it up so everybody can see it. And you're like, oh, crap. Accountability time. If you don't have any, that's okay. Put it up. Here's my invitation for you. You don't have to do anything, guys. We have our agency. You don't have to do any of this. my invitation for you is this. Nice word. Those are long conversations. I want to challenge you tomorrow to do one more. If you had 0 conversations today, go do 1 tomorrow. If you had 10, do 11. If you had 6, 7. See what I'm doing there? But here's what I want you to do. I think the majority of us are friends on Facebook. If we're not, we need to become friends on Facebook. I'll put my profile in the chat as soon as I'm done sharing my screen. But by Thursday, okay, just message me and said, I did it. I hit my number. Or I had the conversations. I did this. You don't have to do this, guys, but I'm challenging you to, again, take it up a level. Have one more conversation tomorrow than you did today. And build that habit. It's hard, but that's how you build a network and you get eyes on you. Last one is this, and then I'm done. Let's continue to execute this, guy. I know we hear it all the time. And you're like, again, really? 4 vital behaviors? It's true. Start a program, okay, from start to finish. Ask Audrey the difference that Core to Force and complete that program has done for her in her business and just her belief and her mindset. It's pretty cool. If you haven't completed a program, guys, start one tomorrow. Start 21-day fix. It's a short program. It's hard, but man, you build so much credibility and belief, and people see that, and they want to believe in it too. And all these things help us on that whole journey to becoming an advocate, okay? Choose the line, okay? You got to hatch the line. You got to execute the line, and then focus on it and do those hard things, and you can do some pretty cool stuff and have some solid momentum. And if I'm off on this, feel free to call me out on it, but I'm a firm believer in it. So I will quit talking. I'll stop sharing my screen. But I also want to throw an invitation to you guys on this call. If any of you ever want to go over your goals or anything you're wanting to accomplish this year with any of us at corporate, with me or my team, I'm willing to open up my schedule and do a call one-on-one, or if you want to bring your team, we can strategize about goals for this year. I'm all for it. So Audrey, I'll send kind of a Google Doc calendar if anybody wants to. It's just optional. I want to make sure that you guys have opportunity to ask questions specific to what you want to accomplish in your team. So I'll send that to you first thing in the morning, because after this call, I'm going to go play with my kids.
Jeff, thank you so much. That was awesome. And I have to say, I feel like at every level we get to, we think that it's going to get easier or that it's easier for other people, but that's never the case. Like at every level that you get to in this business, it's going back to what he just covered here, making your goals and executing, staying on focus. Spot on. And my team knows, I always tell them about the 4 vital behaviors. Like I wish there was some secret, but it's really that you have to stick to the plan every single day and get it done no matter what. So Jeff is putting his info in the chat box. Do you guys have any questions before he goes off to play with his kids, which is super important?
And there's no wrong questions, so feel free to ask. I mean, if there are questions. So.
We have a lot of new coaches
okay.
on the call today. Any advice for them that are just starting out and still going through the first challenge group?
Be consistent and give it time. And you're going to hear that a lot, guys, but it takes time to build a business, and it does. And just show up every day and don't put so much pressure on yourself that, man, I got to build this legacy today. Like just every day, just concentrate on getting a little bit better today than you were yesterday. And that sounds really simple, but imagine if you did that for 365 in a year. Just every day, I got better than I was yesterday. Every day, I just tried to improve on something. Man, you have such an impact on yourself and on the lives of those around you if you do. I mean, it's huge. And the other thing too is just, I would say, don't think you have to be perfect. Don't think you have to have a perfect success story. Don't think you have to have an amazing transformation from what I look like to 6-pack abs. You don't have to have that. I don't have 6-pack abs. Okay. I don't. You don't have to have this amazing transformation, this amazing story. You just got to be you. Okay. People don't connect with our programs and products. Those are avenues through which they connect with you. So remember the value that you provide. That's what I would say.
Awesome advice. Any questions? Going.
Wait, Jeff, I have one for you for those people that are afraid to ask. So what advice will you give for those that, stumble upon so many objections, as many people as they're talking to, and they get the objections? Because for some, especially for our newer coaches, it could be, it hurts. Unless you've been in this business for a while and the no's no longer faze you. But what kind of advice can you give, to us?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in affirmation, and I don't want to sound like Dr. Phil-ish on you or anything, but I think positive self-talk is huge. And whether that's at the end of the day or beginning of the day, just telling yourself that, man, I got this. I can do this. I'm a good coach. I'm a strong leader. I'm not perfect, because if you say, man, I'm the best, I'm perfect, like you're setting yourself up for a lot of failure, because no one's perfect at this. Yeah. And I think that self-talk is one. So make sure that you're telling yourself, I can do this. I can overcome it. I can do this, right? Having a success partner or a team like this one, which is one of the best unified teams in the network, guys, and I mean that, rely on each other. Okay. If you're struggling, talk to this team. Reach out to me. Just connect and have that support system. If there's one thing with a lot of the doubt or the no's you may get, don't be afraid to ask why not. Because the no may just be a way of, I don't know, I've been asked about doing a business. I know what this is all about. No, I just want you to experience this accountability we have in this health and wellness group. You can get help. You know how you can bring that up, but don't be afraid to ask why not, or, well, when you're ready, I'd love to have you a part of this, guys. On average, it takes, there's a stat from one of my marketing classes. On average, it takes people 33 to 34 times of hearing or seeing a marketing message before they decide to take action. On average. So it might take a lot more times of you talking to someone or making a post, or you may just find that one person that sees it one time and is ready to rock and roll. So just keep at it.
Awesome advice, and very, very true. Very true. And I find that most of the times that I hit Success Club are from people that have said no to me way back in the past, and never burn the bridge. Keep following up with the people, keep in contact, keep building the relationship, and they will come back. All right, guys. So it is 10:02. You guys have Jeff's info. Jeff, thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, and I apologize again for being a few minutes late, but thanks for being on the call, guys. I really appreciate it. So, and again, I'll send Audrey just that calendar. If anybody wants to do, you don't have to do a call. I'm not saying you do, but if you're like, man, I'd like to pick your brain on this or set some goals or whatever, more than happy to do that.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much, and have a good night.